If you play baseball, what's the number one hitting tip you can give someone? If you play tennis and you're going to give somebody a tip about returning a serve, what tip about returning the serve would you give them? If you're a hockey goalie, what goalie tip would you give another player that would help them in stopping a shot on goal? Here's the number one tip. Locate the object. It sounds so simple, but actually it's a very delicate process. Elite players in most sports, they have the wiring. They do it naturally. But even with elite athletes, this skill, this variable will fade in and fade out. For all the data-driven training centers, for every Major League Baseball team's analytic department, how do you categorize? How do you classify locating the ball? Let me help you out with this. Locating the ball can be categorized in a folder that's called perception. A simple definition for perception is understanding the world around you through your senses. And if your sport is dealing with a rapid moving object, athletes rely on their sense of sight and a sense for space. With respect to baseball and softball, the number one variable that's going to make you a successful hitter, hitting perception, is being ignored. It's being ignored by Major League Baseball, college baseball, high school baseball, youth baseball, and even our data-driven training centers. Zero, no one is talking about hitting perception. And yet, it's the number one hitting variable that's going to define you as a hitter. I helped to develop my son, Alex Kirilloff, into being a Major League hitter. He often told me, Papa, there's players who can mash the ball farther than he could in batting practice. But yeah, when a game starts at 6 o'clock, their bats don't show up. We've all heard of the expression, hitters hit. What do hitters have? They see it out of the pitcher's hand better? No, because seeing it out of the pitcher's hand is actually a fallacy proven by science. They have higher levels of hitting perception. They have a better sense of depth that helps them to locate the ball. And even with elite hitters, this sense fades in and it fades out. Let me make you an offer. Let's partner together. I've done all the research. I know how to effectively teach hitting perception and explain hitting perception. If you have a team, if you're a facility owner, all we need is 8 players. Planning a visit will be financially productive for both of us. But more importantly, it's going to have immediate impact on your players' hitting production and ultimately change their baseball destiny. Reach out to me today and let's make this happen.